Listen, did anybody else have a traumatic potluck dinner experience? Okay, here's why I'm scarred for life. I went over to a client's house to drop something off, and she invited me in. She was baking cookies for her church potluck. And here's what I saw. Her cat was walking across the stove, and it stepped directly over the bowl of dough where she was mixing up the cookie batter and stuff. And she didn't stop it, and she didn't shoo the cat down. And then the cat kept meandering across the countertops, and then it jumped over onto the dining room table, and she still didn't stop it. Okay, now if that wasn't bad enough right then and there, she's rolling out the little cookie balls with her fingers and doing this in between each ball. Each ball. The look, I had to put on my game face. I almost puked. It was the worst thing I ever saw. And this woman was a nurse, a nurse. And nurses know about germ transfer. They know about the bacteria on your fingers. They know what they could be transferring into the food that other people are eating. So again, that was my last time 20 some years ago, and I've not gone to a potluck. Well, I take that back. I have gone to potlucks, but here's my MO. I show up at the end of it, and all the food has been picked over. And so then what I do is I look for anything that looks store-bought, like a package of cupcakes or, a big cake that's been sliced and you could tell a baker did it, not like some homemade thing. Then I can feel a little bit more safe about eating some of that. But seriously, I don't do potlucks anymore because it causes me too much anxiety, too much stress. I literally worry and fret about it like days before. Like when I get invited to a potluck, I start sweating. I start immediately like going into like trauma mode or something. And here's the hard part. The hard part is I can't really tell anyone because then they're going to look at me like I'm weird and flaky. And they're not going to realize my job as a nail tech for 38 years now, we focus hyper intensive on germ transfer and the cross-contamination. We don't use the same files. We don't use the same bits. We're very clean about our disinfection and sanitation procedures to protect our clients. And then I'm going to potlucks where I don't know who these people are that are cooking this food. I don't know how they live. I don't know if they've got indoor pets. I don't know if they're licking their fingers or pulling wedgies out or anything like that while they're preparing the food. No, no. I've already had my trauma. I'm not doing it again. So like I said, that's my MO for getting around the potluck thing. So seriously, I want to know, has anybody else besides me ever had a traumatic potluck experience, or am I the only one?